Have you ever wondered, I've learned thousands of words, but why can't I speak fluently? Why do I freeze when talking to a native speaker, even though I know so much vocabulary? The truth is, you're trapped in a hidden mistake that almost every English learner makes. And today, I'm going to reveal the secret. With just 300 words, you can speak English with confidence. Welcome to Kunzy Podcast English, where we uncover the secrets and simple, powerful methods to master English and make it a natural part of your life. Have you ever asked yourself how many English words you actually know? Maybe 1,000, 5,000, or even 10,000. Sounds impressive, doesn't it? But here's a shocking truth. You could know thousands of words, yet when you stand face to face with a native speaker, you suddenly cannot say even one simple sentence. Why does this happen? The answer lies in a trap that almost no one notices: the 300-word trap. This is the reason why you can spend years studying and still struggle to speak naturally. You may read books, write perfect emails, or ace grammar tests, but the moment you need to have a real conversation, all those words simply vanish. And this isn't just your struggle. It's the same problem millions of English learners face around the world. But today, I'm going to share with you a secret, a simple secret that can completely change the way you learn and speak English. You will finally understand why most people learn the wrong way from the very beginning, and you'll discover exactly what to do to escape this trap. Believe me, you don't need 10,000 words to communicate. With just 300 words, you can start real conversations, confident, natural, and effective. So here's the most important question for you. Are you ready to discover this secret? If your answer is yes, then stay with me until the end of this journey, because you're about to realize that fluency in English is far simpler than you ever imagined. Let me tell you a story about Maria. Maria is from Spain. She studied English for 8 years. 8 long years of classes, lessons, vocabulary lists, and grammar drills. And the results? Maria knows thousands of words. She can read thick English books with ease. She can write polished, professional emails without mistakes. On paper, Maria looks like a true English expert. But here's where things fall apart. The moment Maria meets a native speaker and tries to have a conversation, everything she worked for suddenly collapses. The words she memorized so carefully vanish into thin air. She stands there, nervous, her heart racing, and she freezes. Even a simple sentence like, "How are you?" becomes nearly impossible to say. Does Maria's story sound familiar to you? That's because her struggle is not unique. It's the same struggle millions, even tens of millions, of English learners face worldwide. They spend years collecting words, filling notebooks with advanced vocabulary. Yet, when the time comes to actually use the language, they cannot. They become word collectors, not word users. And as a result, speaking English always feels like a terrifying challenge. So what exactly is the 300-word trap? It is an invisible trap that almost every English learner falls into. You are taught, or you believe, that to speak well, you must know as many words as possible. The more, the better. So you dive into endless vocabulary lists, advanced word books, thick decks of flashcards. You spend days and nights memorizing, cramming new words into your brain. At first, it seems logical, but then comes the painful truth. You know many words, yet you cannot use them. You recognize them, but you can't put them into sentences. You become a word collector, like someone who collects stamps, proud to own many, but never actually uses them. And that is exactly why you still cannot speak English with confidence. Think about it this way. A great chef doesn't need to know every ingredient in the world. He doesn't have to memorize thousands of exotic spices. What he needs is mastery of the basics: salt, pepper, garlic, onion, and the skill to turn them into delicious meals. The same is true for English. You don't need every word in the dictionary. You just need to know how to use the basic ones and use them well. Now, let's science speak. Researchers studied how native speakers use English in their everyday conversations, and the results might surprise you. The average native speaker uses only about 1,000 to 2,500 words in daily communication. That's far fewer than most learners imagine. But here comes the shocking part. Among those, just 300 basic words account for 65% of all conversations. Yes, you heard that right. With only 300 words, you can understand and participate in most of the conversations happening around you every day. And yet, here's the paradox. Most English learners completely ignore these core words. Instead of mastering them, they chase after complicated vocabulary, words that are hard to remember, rarely used, and often unnecessary. They believe big words make them sound smarter. But the truth is, native speakers do the opposite. They prefer simple words because simple words carry true power. Think of simple words as building blocks. Each block may seem small, but when you know how to use them, you can build an entire house. The same is true in English. Simple words are the bricks, and with the right combinations, you can express almost any idea. Take one very common word, get. It looks plain, but its power is extraordinary. Add just a few other words, and get transforms into hundreds of expressions. Get up, get out, get in, get ready, get better, get started. One simple word, endless possibilities. This is why native speakers rely on simple words. Not because they lack vocabulary, but because they understand the true strength of flexibility. A complicated sentence like, I am experiencing tremendous difficulty comprehending this information, can be replaced with something much simpler. I don't understand this. Shorter, clearer, and far more natural. That's exactly how native speakers communicate every single day. It's time to reveal a truth that few people realize. Fluency doesn't mean knowing thousands of words. It means being able to use simple words quickly and naturally. Think about how a baby learns to speak. A child doesn't memorize endless vocabulary lists. They start with a few basic words like mama, dada, more, no. They repeat these words over and over until saying them becomes automatic. And from these few words, their ability to communicate grows. English learners need to follow the same path. You don't need to collect thousands of words and let them gather dust in your memory. What you need is to automate the 300 most essential words. Practice them until they flow out of your mouth without effort. That is the real secret to fluency. So how do you escape the 300-word trap? The answer is simpler than you think. First, stop collecting new words. That's right. You don't need to cram hundreds of new vocabulary items each week. Instead, focus on the 300 most essential words. 100 nouns, 100 verbs, and 100 adjectives or other common words. This is your treasure chest, and your goal is to master it. Next, practice making sentences every single day. Don't just stare at word lists. Use them, write with them, speak with them, ask questions with them. Challenge yourself. Can I tell an entire story using only these words? And most importantly, use them in real conversations. Don't be afraid of sounding too simple. In reality, simplicity is your superpower. People will understand you faster, clearer, and more naturally. This is how you break free from the 300-word trap and step into true fluency. 100 nouns, things around us: time, year, day, night, moment, week, month, world, life, history, man, woman, child, people, friend, parent, mother, father, teacher, student, house, home, room, door, car, bus, street, city, country, place, school, work, job, company, office, service, system, program, law, government, story, book, Word, name, idea, question, answer. Problem, fact, change, food, water, air, money, phone, computer, game, art, music, movie, body, hand, head, face, eye, back, part, power, force, health, team, group, community, party, member, leader, president, result, reason, hour, minute, point, line, side, end, case, kind, lot. 100 verbs, actions and thoughts. Be, have, do, get, make, go, come, take, give, put, see, look, watch, show, find, lose, pay, buy, sell, bring, say, tell, ask, answer, call, talk, speak, shout, hear, listen. Think, know, understand, believe, remember, forget, decide, choose, hope, expect, start, begin, continue, stop, end, finish, open, close, turn, move, work, study, learn, read, write, use, try, practice, help, need, love, like, hate, want, enjoy, miss, wait, plan, change, improve, stand, sit, walk, run, play, sleep, eat, drink, grow, stay, fall, rise, lead, follow, keep, hold, carry, cut, break, build, die, kill, win, lose, send, return, pass, create, allow. 100 adjectives and others, descriptions and feelings, good, better, best, worse, important, possible, real, true, false, big, small, large, little, long, short, tall, high, low, near, old, new, young, early, late, next, last, first, other. Same, happy, sad, angry, afraid, tired, busy, free, lucky, unlucky, ready, hot, cold, warm, cool, dry, wet, clean, dirty, full, empty. Beautiful, ugly, nice, friendly, unfriendly, polite, rude, interesting, boring, fun, fast, slow, strong, weak, safe, dangerous, rich, poor, alive, dead. Dark, light, bright, clear, cloudy, sunny, rainy, open, closed, hard, easy, simple, special, different, whole, entire, main, local, global, public, here, there, then, today, tomorrow, yesterday, always, never, sometimes. This is a simple yet extremely powerful way to turn the 300 core words into natural reflexes. Every morning, pick just 5 words from your list. For each word, create at least 10 different example sentences, and most importantly, say those sentences out loud. Speaking them aloud helps your brain store and recall the words much faster, making them part of your habit. Keep this routine for just 15 minutes a day. After 1 month, you'll notice something amazing. These words will become automatic, and you'll be able to use them without hesitation. Remember this: quality is always more important than quantity. You don't need another 100 new words. Master the ones you already have. Most learners fail because they want to show off. They love learning difficult, rare words to sound intellectual and impressive. But here's the truth. In communication, connection matters more than impression. People don't need your vocabulary performance. They just need to understand you. And the reality is this: sounding impressive doesn't guarantee understanding, but speaking simply ensures everyone understands. Communication equals clarity, connection, and simplicity. When you master simple words, confidence comes naturally. You no longer fear forgetting words or struggling to recall complicated ones. With fewer words but stronger control, you know you can express yourself clearly. And when you speak with certainty, people feel your energy. They pay attention. They listen. Confidence doesn't come from how many words you know. It comes from how well you use the words you already know. Listeners always appreciate speakers who are clear, natural, and confident. Stop buying vocabulary books. Stop wasting time memorizing endless word lists you will never use. Instead, start simple. Find the list of the 300 most common English words. Print it and place it where you can always see it. On your desk, on your bedroom wall, anywhere in sight. Then practice with them every single day. Speak using those 300 words. Write your journal with those 300 words. Even think in those 300 words. When you make them part of your daily life, you'll notice a powerful change. You'll speak more fluently, feel more confident, and finally communicate effectively. I have a challenge for you. For the next 30 days, commit to focusing only on the 300 basic words. No new words, no chasing difficult vocabulary, no endless lists. Just 300 words. Practice them, repeat them, and use them every single day. Speak with them, write with them, think with them. And after 30 days, you will be amazed. You'll find yourself speaking more fluently, feeling more confident, and most importantly, you'll be able to communicate effectively. It's a small commitment, but it can create a huge transformation in your English journey. Are you ready to take the challenge? Here's a truth most learners don't realize. Native speakers also love simple words. They don't try to make every sentence complicated. Instead of saying enormous, they simply say big. Instead of excellent, they use good. Instead of terrible, they just say bad. And guess what? Listeners still understand instantly. They still connect effortlessly. So why pressure yourself to use difficult words? Follow the way native speakers do. Choose simplicity. Because in real communication, clarity and naturalness are far more important than showing off vocabulary. The 300-word trap is real. It has trapped millions of English learners, making them believe they need thousands of words, but still unable to speak. But now you know the truth. Just 300 words can completely change your English journey. Remember Maria's story. She once struggled, collecting words she could never use. But when she focused on the 300 core words, everything changed. She became confident, she spoke naturally, and she finally connected with the world. You can do the same. The final message today is simple. English doesn't have to be complicated. 300 words are enough to express your ideas, tell your stories, share your feelings, and let your voice be heard by the world. Thank you for tuning in to Kunzy Podcast English. If this episode inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so more learners can break free from the vocabulary trap and achieve fluency the smart way. See you in the next episode.